There's a lot of people in marketing, even really big successful people in marketing and business, and they often forget one thing. They forget that sales are not as important as customers. Okay, let me kind of say that again. The sales you make are not as important as the customers you make. All right? You know, it's kind of hard when, if we had like a big launch and we got like 10,000 sales and we see all the numbers and we just think of them as numbers. We often forget to think of them as people. All right, I know that sounds weird, but when you just see like 10,000 transactions, you don't think that those are 10,000 people. 10,000 people would fill up this whole street, just, standing right in front of each other for a whole block, or probably like 10 blocks packed, right? It's crazy to think of all your sales as customers, but it's very, very important because customers matter way more than sales, right? I actually have a relationship with a bunch of you guys watching right now, and a lot of you guys have bought some of my programs and services, but it's because I care about you as a person instead of thinking of you as a number, all right? And if you're just getting started, this might not apply as much because, when we're getting started, we really care about the customer, and it starts getting lost along the way. It sucks. But it's very, very important that you realize customers are way more important than sales. So you need to build up a customer list, people who care about you and care about your services, because that is way more important than the sales you actually make. All right, so let me kind of break it down why. So a sale, say you have a product for like $47, it's an ebook on, how to get the best car deal or something like that, all right? That customer is worth way more than $47 to you. There's a lifetime value to every customer you make. Sometimes it's 10 times more than the initial sale, sometimes more than that. If you can get that customer to care about you, care about your product, and then buy something else from you over and over again as you release new programs or as you recommend other affiliate products, that customer is worth so much more. So what you have to do is, after they buy anything of yours, you need to actually care about them. So many marketers, they work so hard on trying to make sure the customer's happy to buy your product, right? They're just like, blah, 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 following up, making sure, you should really get this, you should really get this, giving all their attention, all their time to getting someone to buy. Then once they buy, you never hear from them again. Have you guys ever seen that? Buying other gurus' products and, they work so hard giving you all this content and information, then you buy, and then here you go, see ya. People don't understand that the customer value is long term. If you play in the game of realizing customers are worth way more than sales, you're gonna win. All right, it's as simple as that. You need to realize that, I spent, $50 to get a customer who only made me $25. That's probably a good ROI, even though you're losing $25 per customer initially, and you need to care about that customer. You need to follow up. You need to make sure they're happy after they buy stuff from you. That way you can make way more money per customer in the end, because those customers care about you simply because you care about them. I think it's really, really, really important. Let me know, have you bought anything from me? Comment below, just say yes if you have, and that'll prove that you bought stuff from me, but you still care to show up, hang out, watch my videos, and probably, join me in a mastermind group or something I do in the future, right? So let me know in the chat, comment below. Care about your customers after they buy. It's called the after sale. So many marketers work so hard on getting the sale, but what matters more is what you do after to turn that sale into a lifelong customer that is worth so much more, tenfold more, 20, 30 times more in the long run. All right, care about your customers so they care about you, and focus on the after sale just as much as you focus on getting that sale. You'll have way more success in the long run. See you later.